Sorry I can't wave. I've got my hands full at the moment. Madam has decided to cluster feed this evening. So, no. So, whereas last evening she was asleep from 7 till 10, which would have been amazing for doing this, she has instead decided to cluster feed this evening, which is nice because it does also mean that she will have an epic nap later on tonight. So hopefully we'll get a bit of sleep. But yeah, no, the whole world's watching, darling. There's Lorna. Hey, Lovely and Trixie. Hello. You're right. Oh, darling, come on. Come on. Is that a bit better? Is that a bit better? Are you getting sleepy? Are you sleepy? Is that it? Yeah? Is that it? She's going to sleep, so we're all right. There's Gemma. Hello, Gemma. Hello. There you go. You look at the camera. There we are. There she is. Hello, everyone. Okay, so, sorry. So I am dealing with a newborn who is 6 days old. So I will do my very best to get through everything I promised you. If I can't demo things, I will definitely be talking about them. Okay, but we're just gonna have to see how she does, basically. But yeah, so baby wearing after a C-section. Oh, darling. Oh, sweetheart. There we go. Is that better? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so baby wearing after a C-section. I get a lot of inquiries from clients as to when they can start baby wearing following whatever birth they've had, be it natural or C-section or water or whatever, you know. They're always very keen to know when they can start wearing their baby. And the whole concept of when you can start seems a bit strange to me, because in my eyes a sling or a carrier, whatever name you want to use for it, just replaces your arms. You carry your baby from the moment your baby comes out of you and is put on your chest. You're carrying your baby straight away. So my answer is always, you can start as soon as they're born, as soon as you like. We actually took our Stretchy Wrap into theatre with us for the birth, so that as soon as Neil wanted, because obviously I was on the table, as soon as Neil wanted, then he would be able to pop her in a stretchy and have her there so that he could have his hands free. I don't know what to do, it was in the hospital, but yeah. So, especially with a C-section, a lot of people, rightly so, are told not to lift heavy things, such as older children, possibly, things like that. Sorry, I've still got a lot of baby brain going on. But the one thing you are allowed to carry around once you've had a C-section is your baby. So of course, you can baby wear following a C-section. It's absolutely, positively fine to use a sling or carrier to carry your baby after you've had a C-section. All doctors, midwives, nurses, everyone all agree that you are allowed to carry your baby, in which case you can start baby wearing as soon as you like. Okay? The only thing, obviously, we'll get on to limitations towards the end, is to listen to your body and to not overdo it. But that goes for all exercise following a C-section, not just baby wearing, okay? So the benefits of baby wearing once you've had a C-section predominantly are to aid your personal mobility. So if you've had a C-section, you'll know what I'm talking about when it comes to the stomach muscles and your core. If you haven't had a C-section, it's really, really, really painful. Coughing, sneezing, laughing even. Oh my word, laughing causes absolute terrible agony. It's horrendous. It's all your stomach muscles have literally been cut in half so they can get the baby out. And it is very, very painful following. But the most painful part, and it's similar to how much of a wail you feel at the end of pregnancy, but it's a different kind of pain. So whereas the pregnancy pain towards the end is the heaviness and the heaving and the lifting and the pressure, the non-stop pressure. The pressure is is replaced by pain, basically. So just getting up and off the sofa, like at the end of pregnancy, you need both hands. And when you have a newborn who just wants to be held all the time, getting up and off the sofa with no hands is really, really hard. And it's really, really painful. So for me, this was my second C-section. I knew that I would straight away need to be baby wearing so that I would have both of my hands free to get up off the sofa without having to put her down. Getting up and down stairs, torture those first few days. You need both hands to steady yourself going up and down the stairs. If you've got your child with you, you can't take your child with you, or you have to do it one-handed, which puts both of you in danger. Using a sling means you've got both hands free. And then obviously there's all the additional benefits. Great for feeding, whether it's boob or bottle. Really, really great for bonding, oxytocin, as we all know. But yeah, Amy, I love that you're doing this live video. So useful for lots of pregnant mamas. Thank you, Amy. It was touch and go as to whether I was going to make it or not. But we're here. And she's feeding, so she'll be nice and milk drunk to hopefully do a few demos. But we'll see whether she'll let me. I've got the demo dolls if not, but yeah. So yeah, in terms of what we took to the hospital for her birth, we took 3 slings in the end. Neil decided to take a stretchy over buckles because obviously we don't know how big they're going to be when they're born, and the minimum weight for the vast majority of buckled carriers is 7 pounds. There are a few that go smaller, but Neil doesn't like any of those ones, and the one he wanted to take, it's a minimum of 7 pounds. So the stretchy, we're covered from 4 pounds. She was never going to be 4 pounds, but it just meant that whatever weight she came out at, he would be able to wear her straight away. The multiple layers meant he could do skin to skin, which he did do. And he knew that it was best for her body as well. Being so tiny and so scrunchy, a stretchy enables her to maintain her closed hips and her raised knees. You know, because she's just spent 9 months curled up in a ball. She's not going to miraculously straighten up. So Neil took a stretchy. That was his wrap. And then I took 2. I took a woven, which I was going to be leaving the hospital in. And I took a ring sling, which I knew I would be able to use in bed before I even got the use of my legs back. Oh, yes. So with wraps like stretchies and wovens and things like that, they have a lot going on behind your back. And obviously once you've had a C-section, you have no sensation in the bottom half of your body when you're sitting in that bed. And this comes back at different times for different women, depending on what they've been through with the surgery. And so, but I knew that a ring sling, because it's just a 1-layer pass, I just had to get someone to thread it behind my back for me, and then everything else is done on the front. There's no knots that could dig into my back. I don't have to tie anything around my waist. It's pretty much all just centered around the boobs with a ring sling. And so it meant that I'd be able to use it in bed before I got the use of my legs back, so that I could carry her as soon as I wanted. And again, it also meant that once I was in bed, I would then have 2 hands free to be able to... Oh, sweetie, do you need a burp? Do you need a burp? Yeah? Come on then. It also meant that I would have 2 hands free to be able to manoeuvre myself around the bed. So that's why I chose a ring sling for my first carrier post C-section, is because I knew it would be quick, simple and easy to use straight away. So she had her first ups at 5 hours with Neil in his stretchy, and then it was about 5 p.m. that day, so she was about 6-7 hours old when I got her in the ring sling. And yeah, I worked out when we left hospital that the whole time we'd been there, she'd only spent like 3 hours in the little cot box thing that's next to the bed, and that was when I was asleep. But the rest of the time she was in a sling, which was really, really lovely. So yeah, all right there. Good girl. Well done. Okay, so Stretchy, I don't think I'm going to be able to actually demo anything, I'm afraid, so I am just going to have to be talking at you. Oh, that was a good one. Unless she passes out, in which case I will demo with something, but you can't guarantee anything, I'm afraid. So, Stretchies. Stretchies are fantastic for anyone straight after they have given birth, okay? Your body has just been through the biggest change of its life by being pregnant for 9 months, and then it's given birth, whether that's through a natural birth or C-section. It's gone through it, and then your body has another adjustment as it becomes the nurturing mother's body, okay? And all three are huge, massive changes. And so because of all those changes, a stretchy wrap is absolutely perfect, because it is a perfect fit every time. It is soft, it is moldable, it wraps you up in a lovely big cuddle, and it is the most supportive. And when you come to tie it off, you can tie that knot off on the front, you can tie it off on the back, you can tie it off high, you can tie it off low. You can tie it off so that it completely avoids your C-section area and your C-section scar, so you don't have to worry about it interfering with any of that at all, okay? So a stretchy, absolutely fantastic for anyone that's just given birth. But if you've had a C-section, then they are brilliant as well, purely because they completely avoid that area. She's nearly asleep. So yeah, close caboose as well. If you're not a fan of stretchy wraps, or you find them too faffy, for example, then a close caboo is absolutely ideal if you've had a C-section, because you don't have to tie anything around your waist. You just slip it on over your head, and then you can tuck baby in, put the final panel over, and you're done. There is nothing near your scar site at all. So a close caboo, absolutely fantastic post C-section as well, okay? Woven wraps, because of the manual tightening, obviously they do require a lot more effort, so it depends on how able you're feeling. As I said, I waited to use a woven until I was leaving hospital, purely because sitting up in bed trying to do a woven and trying to move all the fabric around with my base size, a shorty would have been absolutely fine, but then it's, you know, might as well use a ring sling. Especially with the base size in the bed, would have been very difficult. There are ways of tying it off, obviously, so that there's no knot in your back and so that there's nothing near your scar at all, but it's a lot of material to deal with in bed. So yeah, they do totally work, but just not ideal necessarily for while you are in bed. But once you're up and about and you're walking around the ward, then you're absolutely fine. Then we get on to... Are you still awake? Yeah, she's still awake. Then we get on to Dais. And some Dais you can use from newborn, some you can't. So you need to check to see whether your Dais has an adjustable base panel that you can narrow or not. I know that the Diddy Tie does have a base that you can narrow, so does Fidela. I can't think of anyone else off the top of my head. I think probably Lenny Lamb, but I'm not sure. But yeah, so if you can narrow the base, then you can use it from newborn, but double check your instructions anyway. And there's two ways to put on a Dais. So you can either wear it apron style, where it's completely flat and inside out against you, and you put it right up under your boobs to start with for newborn, or you wear it inverse so that the waist panel is facing out on you and it's more around your waist. This would be a useful one to demo, but Madam probably isn't going to let me just yet anyway. We'll wait till she's properly zonked, then I'll get her. Stretching your head. Good girl. So, a Madai, as long as you wear it apron style, so upside down with the waistband up under your boobs. Oh, darling. Did you want a bit more? Did you want a bit more milk? Oh. Oh. There we go. Is that better? Is that better? Yeah. There we go. Sorted. I hope. Yeah, so as long as you wear it then apron style, then it won't affect your scar at all. And again, you can totally wear it. Obviously, we come back to the whole being in bed issue. So with a Madai, obviously you have the 2 passes that go over your back and cross on your back and then come over and under baby's legs and tie on the back. You can tie it under baby's bum, but obviously it won't be as secure. And with the 2 passes going behind your back, that is more leaning forward that you need to do. So it depends on how you're feeling and your stomach muscles. But yeah, a Madai absolutely you can use following a C-section. It's not a problem at all. Buckle carriers. I covered everything else? Yeah. Buckle carriers, it very, very much depends on the individual buckled carrier. As my clients know, my mantra is that buckled carriers are like jeans. They all do the same thing, which is they use buckles to carry your baby. However, they all fit in completely different ways, and they fit every single person in a completely different way. There is no perfect one buckled carrier. It is purely just whatever works for you. Okay, some buckled carriers you can wear apron style, like the Madai, where it's inverse and you have the waist belt up under your boobs and then you pop baby in there, such as the Integra, and the Izmi can do that as well. But the Izmi also has a little cushion, which is better to use. But yeah, so the Integra you can wear like that. She might let me show you in a minute. And so as long as you can wear the carrier apron style, then you'll be absolutely fine to use it following a C-section. Carriers with a much more structured waistband, such as an Ergo Baby, for example, or the Becco carriers, or the Boba carriers. What else? Tula as well. They've got really structured waistbands. It completely depends on where that waistband sits on you and how close that is to your scar zone. Okay, so you just need to work out whether it's going to fit you or not. Personally, I wouldn't ever recommend a more structured waist carrier following a C-section. However, if you are going to do it, then of course there are ways and means of achieving a good fit that may or may not affect your area, okay, your scar zone. But I would strongly suggest you use a carrier which can be worn apron style, a buckled carrier which can be worn apron style, so that we avoid the scar zone completely. Okay, is she finished? No, she's still going a bit, but she's very sleepy. I reckon I'll get one demo out of her. So I'll do the Integra to illustrate what I mean about buckles. It might not be till the end, but we'll get there. So I'm going to move on. I'm going to talk about limitations now, and then after that we'll see if I can do a demo. If not, it'll be Q&A. So if you have any questions about baby wearing following a C-section, then do start putting them in, and I'll scroll back through and we will work out and I will answer those questions for you. Okay. But yeah, so limitations. Following any kind of birth, baby wearing and any kind of exercise should always be done in moderation to begin with, okay? Especially following a C-section, because of essentially the trauma of what your body has just been through, okay? You take it easy, you don't push it, and you listen to your body. If your body starts aching, sit down, okay? If something twinges, if something hurts, stop what you're doing and sit down. I'm terrible at following my own advice. It's very, very difficult for me to sit down for very long periods of time. I'm getting better, but I do push myself too hard sometimes. Right, I think we got away with that one. Tidy up your mouth. There we go. So yeah, like any kind of exercise, it's all about limitations. With any kind of birth, regarding exercise, it's all about limitations, okay? So it's listening to your body, listening to what your body is telling you, okay? Baby wearing, in my opinion, does speed up recovery from a C-section. Because when you carry your baby in your arms, as I am sitting here holding her now, I can already feel it, their weight is going up through your arms and through your shoulders, which can cause you to hunch, which aggravates your back, which aggravates your stomach, which just causes general pain all over. However, if you wear your baby, if you baby wear, if you use a carrier, then because baby is strapped to your torso, it is your core muscles doing all the work instead. The core muscles that have been damaged from surgery, okay? It's soft, gentle exercise that continuously will stretch those muscles and work them. Oh, Neil's there. You're amazing. Neil, you're out on a work do. Stop it. So you just need to listen to your body and listen to what it is telling you, okay? She's gone to sleep, so I'm going to attempt to do a demo for you. Yeah, right, and then we'll do Q&A, okay? So 2 seconds, I'm just going to go grab a carrier, and I should be back in a jiffy. Bear with, bear with, bear with, and we're coming back, we're coming back, we're coming back. There we go. Okay, cool. So I've just grabbed an Integra, because in my opinion it is the better option following a C-section for baby wearing. Okay, I'm just going to pop her down, and here's where we hope she doesn't start screaming. Right, super quick. Okay, so our Integra apron style means we're putting it on like an apron, okay? So it's upside down and it's back to front, okay? And for newborns, we wear it right up under our boobs, okay? So we come round, we click it in, and we pull both sides to tighten. Now, my scar is down here. The waistband is up here. It is nowhere near my scar zone, okay? Which means I can totally use it to baby wear, which means I can hopefully have a faster recovery because my baby's strapped to my body instead. And she's just started to get annoyed just as I'm ready to put her on. Oh, darling. Good girl. So, baby, middle of your chest, hand under the bum to support. I'll get rid of the cloth, okay? And then, I'll just stand up. Can't quite get the angle. There we go. So, knees up, okay, under your boobs. So she's curled perfectly around my chest. We bring the carrier up between her legs. There we go. Smooth it up over her back. Oh, darling. Is it because I'm fiddling with you? One strap over each shoulder, like so. Oh, the cat's just turned up as well. It's turning into a right farce, isn't it? So then we come around behind, we grab the opposite side strap, we pull it straight down, like so. We bring it round, and we click. We pull both sides to tighten. Done. Same with the other side. We pull it straight down, like so. Bring it round. Click. Oh, darling. Oh, darling. And then we make our adjustments for baby's legs. So we narrow the base She needs it quite narrow because she's still very, very scrunchy. Okay, we narrow the base and we do our pelvic tuck. So our hands go inside the carrier. I'm going to have to go in this way because there's not much room. Under her bum. And I give her a nice big scoop so that you can see her knees are higher than her bum. Okay, there we go. Right, get these straps a little bit tighter. There we go. And she's in. Okay. Hello. You alright? Do you wake up because I put you down? I know, such a cruel mummy, aren't I? She's awake. Do you want to have a look? There you go. Can you say hello to Facebook? Can you see? Yeah, there's the mirror. There's the mirror. So as you can see, with her on, she is nowhere near my scar. Okay? It's probably like a whole foot between them. Okay? So, can you baby wear following a C-section? Absolutely. Can you use any type of carrier? Yes, you can. You just need to know how to put it on. Okay? How to avoid that scar area. And you'll be absolutely fine. Right. Last few minutes, last 5 minutes. Any questions? Okay? Ideally, questions about baby wearing following a C-section. But if not, and you just want to ask some general questions about baby wearing, or me, or the baby, or anything, then feel free. But does anyone have any questions? Here we are. I had a C-section 3 weeks ago and hoped to use an old boba stretchy, but I've been a bit concerned due to the heat. Right, stretchy wraps and the heat, or just any kind of carrying and the heat. Basically, it's hot. You're going to be hot, okay? Newborns are rubbish at regulating their own temperature. The reason that skin to skin is encouraged straight away from birth is because they've just left their stable environment where they are maintained at a very warm temperature. And the best way to get them back close to that temperature is to have them on you for skin to skin. Okay? That skin to skin contact sends signals to babies. There she is. There she is. Sends signals to right, hang on. Now I'm thinking. Thermoregulation. The skin to skin contact, her skin responds to your skin, okay? When your skin starts feeling hot and sweaty, it passes it on to baby, and baby then subconsciously, obviously, picks up on the fact that your skin is hot, so it assumes baby is hot, so therefore baby will start cooling herself down based on that. There are stretchy wraps that are made with bamboo, such as Joy and Joe, and they are a lot more breathable than cotton, but obviously you do still have the 3 layers. It is still totally fine to use a 3-layer carry. Neil had her in a stretchy most of today, and it's been boiling down here. Just don't put as many layers on her. Don't put as many layers on you. If you're both just sitting at home, then do that. Hi to both of you. Can you tell me if on the ward after delivery midwives are okay with you carrying her on you rather than pushing their carry cot? From George. Yes, George. I did not push that carry cot around once. She was in a sling the entire time. The only time she was in that box was for 3 hours while I slept. That was it. So honestly, like, we're very lucky at Worthing Hospital. They are very, very, very supportive of baby wearing. But oh, there we go. She's passed out. There we go. Happy little Trixie. Good stuff. At Worthing Hospital, they're very, very supportive of baby wearing. And they don't let you carry your baby in your arms as you are walking around hospital, which is why they insist on you pushing in the carry cot. However, they will let you wear your baby in a carrier around the ward, okay? I wore her going to the toilet all those times you have to go to the toilet to prove that you're fine following a C-section. You are totally allowed to. The midwives were gushing over her. Neil, walking around with his t-shirt off, her in a nappy, in the stretchy wrap. He was just touring around the ward. I should have given him business cards to hand out because everyone was stopping him for a chat. And he loves the attention anyway. He's brilliant. But yeah, so we're very, very lucky at Worthing Hospital. Do take your slings in with you. They are so, so, so supportive of baby wearing. They absolutely love it there. And yeah, you don't have to push them around in that carry cot. You can totally, totally wear them in a sling. Right, I'm going to scroll back through, see if we've got any more questions that I may have missed. Oh, everyone's being so lovely. Oh my goodness, she's so yummy. Video will cause a baby boom. Thanks, Gemma, that's great. Katie, I wore my second in a sling from 6 hours old after a section. Brilliant. Pascal. Oh yeah, which thing would you recommend for avoiding overheating? So overheating, going back to the stretchy thing, overheating, they can't overheat when you're carrying them in your arms. They will only overheat in a carrier if you put them in too many layers. It's totally fine for them to be in a nappy, in a sling. That's fine. They won't overheat. It will be fine. Okay? Keep an eye on them. Obviously, if they appear to be overheating, then do something. But just don't put as many layers on them. That's all you have to do. That's all you have to do. I have a close caboo and also a manduka. No, you said close caboo was fine, but how about a manduka? I'm going in for a C-section in 2 weeks and wondered which would be best. I would recommend a close caboo because that definitely has nothing that goes near your C-section scar site. But the manduka, with the thicker waistband, it depends on the length of your torso, okay, and where your incision is and where that waistband is going to sit, okay. It is possible with the manduka to wear it high up on your torso, under your boobs, similar to one of these, because you can shorten the panel on a manduka. But wearing it at full length, obviously it depends on how bad your muscles are following the C-section. So take both, okay? It's better to have too many than not enough carriers. Take both with you, but I personally would go for the caboo because that would definitely not aggravate your scar, where your incision site, whereas the manduka potentially could. So, oh, I love it when they sleep on you. It's so nice, so nice. So let me just double check if there's anyone. That was M. Zoe, hate that term allowed. It relies on us being completely compliant. I know. Don't even get me started on what was allowed and wasn't allowed in hospital. They didn't want me to wear her out in a woven. They made Neil go down to the car and get the car seat. And yeah, I wore her out anyway. I said to Neil, what are they going to do? They can see we've got a car seat. Sorry, I'm a bit of a rebel at times. Where are we? I think that was all the questions. Did we have any? I'm just scrolling back through and seeing all the lovely things that everyone's saying. Thanks, guys. Thank you. I think that's everything. Any more for any more? Lovely teammates. Pascal, sorry I've forgotten what's the name of the sling you're wearing. The name of the one I'm wearing, this is an Integra. So it's a buckled carrier, which is suitable for newborn. This particular one will go up to about 18 months, 2 years. Charlene, how's the baby brain? Can you not tell from how I'm doing in this video that my baby brain is completely gone and I'm back to normal? But this is an Integra, Pascal. So yeah, absolutely lovely. Sam, how busy is dropping going to be next week? I have a feeling it's probably going to be rammed because I've had 2 weeks off and I'm still getting inquiries every day about when I'm going to be back. So yeah. Zoe, all those amazing hormones. Yes, no, it is absolutely amazing. I do end up drunk on oxytocin quite a lot, which is fantastic. So yeah, I think that was everything, and I've even gone over time. Oh, Vicky's laughing. Thanks, Vicky. But yeah, so that was everything. So, can you baby wear following a C-section straight away? Yes, you can. Abso-freaking-lutely, okay? Just get in touch with your local Sling library. If that's me, fabulous. If not, your local Sling librarian will be more than happy to help you. The key thing is just making sure that whatever carrier you use, that it goes nowhere near that incision site, okay? You don't want to aggravate that site at all. But just because you've had a C-section does not mean you cannot baby wear from the beginning. You absolutely 100% positively can, okay? If you know you want to baby wear from the beginning, come and see me before your baby's born, and then you can borrow something to take into hospital with you, because it will make your hospital stay so much easier if you can baby wear in that bed. It will just help you so much. And I think that is it. So from Trixie's very first Facebook Live video at 6 days old, this is me and Trixie saying goodnight, and I'm going to go and stuff my face with chocolate because I'm not diabetic anymore. Yay! Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Please do like and share and tag people in it that didn't get to watch it and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you all for sticking with me. And I just need to come up with what I'm going to do next month now. But yeah, right. I'll see you all soon. Thank you. Bye.